Hey, Church Creatives. It is Amazon Big Deal Days, and as someone who is always on the hunt for budget-minded solutions to our tech ministry needs, I thought I would just point out a few deals that I've found and that you might be able to score on if you need some of these things. We're going to cover a couple cameras, some lights, and then some headphones. Some of the essentials that we need to do our ministry. Now, don't go out and buy something if you don't need it, but if you've kind of been holding off, waiting for the right time, let's pour through some of these deals and see if they're actually any good. Camel time. All right, so the first one is the camera that you've been looking at, the Panasonic S5 II. Right now it's down, let's see, 25%. Sorry, I'm looking through my camera here at the screen. And $1,500 gets you a full frame 24 megapixel camera from Panasonic that has really good autofocus. You can do live LUTs with it. It has great stabilization. And we've been integrating these cameras into our live streams on Sundays alongside of some of our GH5s, which I've been a big Lumix fan for many years. $1,500 is a great deal. You can also grab these deals on B&H, so I'll link those as well in the description. All this is affiliate links, helps out the channel if you use it. Again, don't buy something if you don't need it. But the S5 II, the S5 IIX, and even some of their newer models are really, really solid cameras, and I'm toying with the idea of moving everything to those cameras. But let's move on to our next deal, and it's another camera. These are actual deals, guys. The Panasonic Lumix GH7 is $1,800. Can you pick these up used? Probably. But what's interesting to me is that, you know, for years I've recommended the GH5 Mark II, and those are actually just as expensive as the GH7 right now. So I actually rented out the GH7 recently to compare it to my GH5s to see, is the new advancements that Lumix has made on the Micro Four Thirds camera bodies worth it as we move into our new worship center? We've been loving utilizing the phase detect autofocus of the S5 IIs, and the GH7 and the G9 Mark IIs have that as well. This is a baller camera, y'all. Like, you can do so much with a GH7. I still love the Micro Four Thirds mount for a lot of reasons, and let's just look and see. So what I like to do a lot of times to see if these are actual deals is I'll copy this link and then go to Camel, and then in this Find Amazon Products, if you just paste that link and hit enter, you can actually see the price history here. And so right here is the most recent price, and you can see over the last few months to a year even where that price has been. Because a lot of times you'll look this up and all they've done is like jack up the MSRP and then put a sale on it. But you can see the GH7 actually is a really good deal right now. So that's one thing that I've done on all of these to make sure that what I'm telling you, like, they're actual deals. Because there's some cameras out there like from Sony and some other things that, you know, they're barely back down to what they were before tariff pricing. So that's one way to kind of check out deals. All right, moving on to another deal. These OPPSK strobes. You guys are asking questions to me all the time about which strobe I would recommend for like blinders. I made a video about how we were utilizing these as audience lights, and I paid, I think, $115 for these, and they're all the way down right now to $87. And I love these lights because they're completely silent. There is no fan in these. Are they as bright as some of the others from like B-Topper or any of the other ones out there, the American DJ Jolts? Not quite, but what I found is 120 watts as a blinder. we don't usually need that much in our spaces. Even in our new worship center that's going to seat around 650, I actually bought, I think, 8 more of these to kind of use in our stage design. So very versatile light, really great wash, silent, cheap. Yeah, I can recommend those for sure. So as you can see, I've purchased these a few different times. The next item that I'll highlight is another light from OPPSK. I've actually got 2 more of them sitting over here in their boxes still, and a bunch that we've utilized on our stage. I love these lights as uplights on walls, and then also with this diffuser that they add on there. It's a really good diffuser, And you can use these as almost like a light bar look. You guys have probably seen those pixel strips. You can do some of that kind of stuff in here. We did have one go bad that I had to return and get a new one, but no big deal there. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we have 8 of these lights, and they're on sale. You can see here a decent deal, 20 bucks off, I think. So you can check those out if you're looking for some kind of scenic wash lights or pixel effect type lights where they're facing the audience. All right, moving on. Our next deal is going to be some cheap headphones. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always needing to restock our little headphone area for my band members and worship team. And these KZSN Pros, I just keep going back to because they fit people's ears good, they're discreet enough, and they sound better than some of the other options out there. And right now for $18.50, you really can't go wrong with them. I would definitely get the no mic version because the cable sometimes doesn't play well with other wireless packs, like where you plug it in. Having that TRRS end isn't always a good thing, so go with no mic on those. But if you want to go a little more spendy with it, our drummer, my dad, actually really likes these 8 driver models from KZ. He's tried some other ones even and keeps going back to these. So these are down to $60.79, and I can just go on his recommendation that he's loved them compared to some of the other ones that he's tried. So maybe if you need a little more bottom end, you could go with something like this. And then the last item that I'll tell you about is my favorite headphones that I've found for mixing our live stream. The ATM50Xs from Audio-Technica for only $129. These, for me, have given the best representation of like when I would go listen in my car or when I listen on some AirPods or just on speakers. They're kind of just a well-balanced mix, and I'm not having to go back and retweak things. So these are what we use whenever I do a remix. They are closed back, so just know that if that's a big deal to you, if you like open back, these are not that kind of headphone. Replaceable cable, that's always nice too. So if you're like me and you're always kind of on the hunt for good deals, trying not to spend too much, have you signed up for my gear sheet, my gear recommendations? I'll link to that in the description as well. It's free, and I'm always trying to keep this updated as I use and buy new things. You can sign up for that and then have access to that. So check out Camel if you want to verify deals during these prime big deal days, because not everything is actually a deal. Now, I link a lot of things in my community page as well. A couple days ago or a week ago, I linked a Mac Mini M4 deal on B&H, and I checked today, and yeah, the price had gone back up like $150 from that deal. So I try only to recommend things to you guys that I actually use. Not that there aren't things that I don't use that would be helpful. Sometimes I'll highlight those on the channel. But yeah, trying to only show you deals that are actually deals, because we need to be good stewards at the end of the day. Don't waste money, but at the same time, don't waste a good deal if it's out there. So, and you need it. All right, guys, remember at the end of the day, we do a lot of great things. Let's keep doing it all for God's glory. We'll see you in the next one.